So the Season 18 Resurrection patch notes just went live. All the developers started to post them out. Now, obviously, there were some other patch notes in the last couple of days, but these are the more nitty-gritty details, the more in-depth ones. These are not just covering the massive ones like the obvious, like charge rifle changes and all of that. This is literally everything you need to know about Season 18 Resurrection. We are finally back. The room is set up. The sound pads are in. The floors are in. Literally everything is done, and it is time to talk about Apex Season 18. And we're back on stream tonight as well, so if you guys want to win the Valk Heirloom Prestige skin, we're giving it away tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. We're also going to be streaming the brand new Season 18 Rank Season tomorrow on Kick, Twitch, maybe even YouTube as well, so we'll be streaming that tomorrow morning. But we're also excited to announce our biggest giveaway ever, a PS5, an Xbox Series X, or an entry-level PC, or Google Pods, or AirPods, or if you want, it's like a Scuff controller or a Battle Beaver controller with AirPods, anything under $500 that you guys can fit within there, we are giving away on our brand new channels. My first non-gaming channel related Funnylicious. It's all things funny. It's all things that are interesting, viral TikToks, YouTube shorts, all of this stuff. Every single video that you like and comment and subscribe on, you'll get one entry over on that channel all the way through September the 15th. And then at the end of that, we're going to pick our winner and you'll be able to cash in for $500 worth of stuff. Link is down in the description below, and let's go ahead and dive into the video. So firstly, we already know Revenant. I feel like I could skip over that. If you guys are not aware by now, Revenant Reborn is here with a brand new passive, tactical, and ultimate. Quickly reading over these, the passive highlights nearby enemies who are very low on health. You can crouch walk faster and improved wall climbing as well. The brand new Shadow Pounce unleashes a powerful pounce forwards and hold to charge for further distances as well. And then the ultimate, of course, forge a shadow of hardened shadows around you that blocks direct damage and regenerates after breaking. Your shadows and tactical are refreshed on knockdown, so literally being invincible. Now the Resurrection map rotation has been confirmed to what we were hoping it was not going to be: Broken Moon, King's Canyon, and Olympus. Now personally, I love these maps for pubs, or at least King's Canyon and Olympus. I don't really like Broken Moon that much, so I'm really excited to see these maps back to some degree, but I'm just not too excited about having a ranked mode that is supposed to be good, supposed to be better, and we're not even playing on the official competitive ranked maps either. Like, it just makes no sense. Now here is where it gets pretty insane. Battle Royale entirely, if we're Apex, is going to be played a little bit differently because of these massive ring updates. Also, ring behavior across the maps have been adjusted here with new targeted tunings, including the ring size, the damage, the timings to several game phases, and improving the pacing in early game and mid game as well. Here is an in-depth look. Now, we did kind of call this. Crowdrendo had already leaked this out, and here are the official notes that we can now see. Ring 1 has increased 10% in radius per map, resulting in about a 20% larger Ring 1 surface area. No other ring sizes are being changed in the entire ring updates. However, ring damage have changes as well. Ring 2 damage increased from 3 per tick now to 4 per tick. Ring 4 damage reduced from 20 per tick down to 15 per tick. So basically, you're going to get damaged a little bit more in the early game being out in zone than what you used to, but you're also going to have reduced damage in the later zones than what you used to. Also, ring timing changes have been updated as well, with the round 1 pre-shrink time reduced from 90 seconds to 75 seconds. So basically, you're going to have a little bit less time to prepare in round 1, which personally, I'm not super against this one, just because for like pubs and ranked and stuff, I always feel like round 1 takes really long. But when it comes to ALGS, I'm a little worried about this because I feel like these teams all land at specific POIs so that they can get the most loot, because the way that competitive esports works for Apex is that you don't really have the opportunity to just go loot willy-nilly like you would normally do in a public match. Everybody pretty much has every spot on the map covered as far as loot goes, and there's not really many open spots to go loot, and you need all the time you can to make sure you juice the POI that you landed at to an absolute maximum. Also, the shrink speed on small maps reduced from 167 to 160. Shrink speed on large maps, being like, I guess, Broken Moon, Stormpoint, reduced from 180 down to 165. The shrink time standardized to 260 seconds on each map. Round 2 also had some changes. Basically the same idea. Pre-shrink time reduced. Shrink speeds reduced from 160 to 140. Shrink speeds increased from 25 seconds per map. As we go through round 3, see the same thing. Pre-shrink time has been reduced. Once again, 135 down to 90 seconds. You're going to lose about 40 seconds on round 3 pre-shrink time. Also, Round 4, pre-shrink time reduced once again, about 20 seconds or so. Shrink speed reduced. Again, it just seems like the game is going to get faster and faster. You go through round 5, same thing. Pre-shrink time reduced, about 20 seconds. Shrink speed reduced from 50 down to 40. Shrink time increased from 40 seconds to 50 seconds. So the long story short is that the time to prepare for each ring you have is pretty much going to be shortened on every single side of this. Every single round on every single map, you'll have a little bit less time pretty much in order to prepare. However, a lot of these shrink speeds have been reduced so that the ring will actually close a little bit, like, I guess, slower. And I don't really know if it's going to like play into that much of an effect to help you out that much. Overall, though, they did say that the maximum match length has been shortened. Small maps is now 19 minutes or so, and it used to be 21.5 minutes. So they reduced about 2.5 minutes average time of the map being played, which is pretty significant if you're like actually thinking about it. Large maps also reduced down to about 20 minutes. They reduced another 2.5 minutes off of this. It used to be 22.5. So the maximum match length has been shortened, and pretty much all the ALGS games get pretty close to maximum match length as well. So this is going to be a very significant update for you higher level players, the teams that are in Masters and Pred and all of this stuff. The better you are at the game, the more you're going to really feel the effects of these. But I also think like just these pre-shrink time reductions are going to be pretty insane as well for a lot of you guys to prepare. You're just not going to have as much time to loot, get reset, rotate. You're going to have to get in zone early, which honestly could make teams play a little bit better, but we'll see exactly how this all goes. Ranked update, they did give us a little bit of a like full breakdown here. Our full breakdown on rank, basically came out in July. They gave this little update blog. However, the LP table has overall been adjusted, with the gain overall basically being reduced. So Diamond Plus cost adjustments at 50% increased losses as well. So if you're a ranked grinder, a ranked player, let's take a look at this chart. Season 18, 150 points for first place. Season 17 was 200, so you're going to lose about 50 there. Then 75 you're going to lose from season 18 to season 17 for second place. And then you look at third place, you're losing about 75 points again. And it goes on and it goes on. It just seems like you're going to basically start losing a lot more than what you used to. So you can see as you look down at the 20th place, instead of negative 35, you're going to start getting negative 50. So it seems like they're upping the entry cost as well to about negative 50. Now, once you get into the diamond rank, remember, there's a brand new rule set for specifically diamond players where it gets a little bit more harsh. So most of the placements are all pretty much the same, except when you go negative placement. So whenever you get under 10th place, instead of losing 30, you'll lose 45. Instead of losing 50, you'll lose 75. So it seems like diamond obviously is going to be a little bit harder. But one thing I really like here is that not only diamond going to get harder, they did actually increase the entry cost for all the ranks entirely. So negative 50 instead of negative 35, even if you're plat, gold, whatever. Now, here's where things get interesting. It seems like they actually made a last minute adjustment to this, because they actually crossed out this part right here where they said they were going to basically increase elimination bonuses slightly. We mentioned in our 2023 July ranked blog post that we would be bumping up the elimination bonuses slightly. In our attempt to reduce the master spike, we identified the need to instead reduce the overall points given. Oh, who would have thought that? Like, it's not like we've been telling you that the whole time. So instead of bumping as planned, we took a different approach and reduced placement scores to make eliminations more valuable when compared to the now lowered placement scores. So a little bit of a W for ranked. They heard our feedback based upon the blog post, and they actually started making some changes before the season got here. I like that from them. Also, skill and rating bonuses have been dramatically reduced. Overall, some pretty good rank changes, and I really hope that this plays out pretty well. I'm pretty excited about this. These are where things get pretty insane as well, because we start to talk about the balance updates. White to blue Evo points required has now been increased, so it's going to be a little bit harder to get blue armor. It's instead 200 instead of 150. Crafting rotation changes. Rampage and R99 will leave the crafter back on the floor. Nemesis and Mozambique with hammer points will enter into the crafter, and double tap trigger and hammer point rounds have been removed from the rotation. Boosted loader and disruptor rounds have been added into the rotation, and medkit price has been increased to 20 and used to be 15. Also, care package weapon rotation. Hemlock will return to the floor. ADS recoil increased. Damage reduced down to 22 instead of 23. Headshot multiplier reduced to 1.75. It was 1.8. Prowler PDW enters the care package. The Prowler is going back into the care package with the select fire ability in there if you would like to enable it. And then also damage increase. The Prowler is going to be insane, bro. If you pick up the Prowler, it's going to be insane. Gold weapons also now. Hemlock, Peacekeeper, Alternator, Rampage, Charge Rifle. Loot spawn changes have been updated, where blue and purple weapon attachments reduced to 20%, and then blue and purple armor spawns have been reduced by 30%. I don't know why you would be making those changes. Not personally a fan of those. Also, we already know the Charge Rifle rework, so I'm not going to really talk about that, but like long story short, obviously it's going to do a lot of damage as it like gets further on. If you can hit an actual target from a really far distance, is going to do a ton of damage. However, no more hit scan. That's the biggest one, and obviously I think that's what most people are excited about. All SMGs, R99, Alternator, and Volt have a brand new update as well. Strafe speed for all of those things have been ADS strafe scale reduced to 0.75, headshot multi reduced to 1.25, and then here's a big one. The R99 receives a nerf as well, a pretty big nerf. Vertical recoil has been slightly increased. Ammo capacity has been reduced, where base ammo is now 17 instead of 19, white mag 20 instead of 21, blue mag 23 instead of 24, and purple gold mag is 26 instead of 27. I feel like the Kar SMG may still be back in the meta instead of the R99, and I don't think people are going to maybe go for the R99 as much as they used to. We'll just have to wait and see. The Spitfire also added barrels for improved stability, ADS recoil improved, hip fire spread slightly improved. Oh gosh, the Spitfire back in the meta is not going to be good. Mastiff blast pattern tightened again. Hop-ups now have changes. Boosted loader with the Hemlock and Wingman. Reloading to near empty will speed up the reloading and overload the next magazine. So now you can get some extra ammo into those things, with the Wingman getting about 3 extra ammo and the Hemlock getting about 3 extra bursts. The Disruptor rounds for the Alternator and Peacekeeper. Alternator shield damage has been increased by 20%, and Peacekeeper shield damage per pellet increased by 25%. The double tap trigger is obviously gone. Also, frag grenades and thermite grenades have gotten a little bit of an adjustment as well. Frag grenades outer radius increased to 350 units instead of 320. The inner radius increased to 125. It used to be 96, and the thermite grenades now have a little bit better of an adjusted visual effects to better match the damage area, which I'm excited about, because there were so many times where I jumped over a thermite or I went around a thermite and it said I was still getting burned by it. Just absolutely made no sense at all. Obviously, we know Revenant has been reborn. We've already talked about those new abilities. Ultimate cooldowns have been changed as well. Bangalore Rolling Thunder is now 240 seconds, so a little bit of a nerf to Bangalore's ultimate. An extra 60 seconds, an extra 30 seconds to Catalyst Dark Veil, and minus 90 seconds to Gibraltar's defensive bombardment. So Gibby getting a much quicker ultimate ability is going to be insane. Horizon 30 seconds longer ultimate ability. Loba 30 seconds longer ultimate ability. Mad Maggie Wrecking Ball 30 seconds longer. Pathfinder Zip 60 seconds longer. Wraith Portal 30 seconds shorter. Wraith, I don't know if Wraith could be back in a meta or not, but I know Gibby's looking pretty nice. Also, tactical updates. Ballistics Whistler, reduced delay before overheated weapon starts cooling down to 1 second. Used to be 2 seconds. Reduced how long it takes an overheated weapon to cool down to 8 seconds instead of 12 seconds. Loba's Burglar's Best Friend, cooldown reduced to 25 seconds instead of 30. Seer's Focus of Attention, slow duration reduced to 0.5, and it used to be 2.5. The silence duration was reduced to 8 seconds instead of 10 seconds, and the firing speed increased to 1.4 seconds instead of 0.9 seconds. So a nice nerf to Seer as well. They made some changes to the maps as well, where they removed multiple rat spots. So they seem like they really hate the idea of ratting in ranked systems, and so they have gone through all of these maps and removed a lot of the rat spots that you could play in, so that you'll no longer be able to play them anymore. World's Edge also smooth legend movements on road edges. World systems, this is a big change, and I saw a lot of pro players actually complaining about this. Crafting workbenches, survey beacons, and ring consoles. They removed exclusion radius that caused some POIs to get these objects more than others, and then all POIs now have an equal chance of receiving a ring console, survey beacon, or crafting workbench. So no more landing at a POI just because it has a 97% chance of spawning a ring console like NRG tried to do, and then obviously they switched that percentage like last minute into the land, and so now every POI is equal. They will all get the same chance of RNG of getting a ring console, survey beacon, or crafting workbench as well. Control mode has some updates. Capture bonus reduced by 20%. I don't know if you guys play control or not, but this is huge because that capture bonus made literally no sense. We played a custom the other day and a team was dominating so hard, and then like one capture bonus comes through, it flips the game around, and there's no chance to even come back. The score limit has been reduced down to 1,000 instead of 1,250. Capture time has been reduced. So it seems like control mode should be played a little bit more like Call of Duty domination, right? It seems like there's going to be a little bit faster. That was one thing I always thought about that mode, is that it took way too long. I'm not going to go through every single bug fix that they made, but there are a ton of these. If you want to go look through them as well, the website will be down in the description below. Audio bug fixes, legend bug fixes, map bug fixes, fixes, mode bug fixes, weapons, quality of life changes. And one thing I really did like was the fact that support perk now has a crafting banner perk where after grabbing the first banner, you can now immediately grab the second one as well, instead of like, I guess, that animation or whatever. So interested to see what you guys have to say about season 18. I think the biggest things to note from this is that Gibby got a pretty nice nerf with that ultimate coming back pretty quickly. Ranked play seems to get a pretty good update, and I really like that they changed their mind. I like that they posted that ranked blog first. They heard the feedback, they realized they were wrong, and they made a change instead of making us wait through all of season 18. Huge dub out of Respawn to do something like that. And then also a lot of balance changes as well. I'm interested to see if you guys disagree with anything, or if there's something specific that you really love as well. Let me know down in the comment section below. Of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is your last chance to enter into the Valk Heirloom giveaway, because at 9 p.m. Eastern tonight, we are live streaming our self-playing customs, and we are going to be giving that thing away. So make sure to be there tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. Also, don't forget to go check out our brand new channel, Funnylicious. If you guys want a chance to win a PS5, a Series X, an entry-level PC, Google Pods, AirPods, new phone, whatever you could fit under $500, we're giving it away over on that channel for every single video that you like and subscribe and comment on up until September the 15th. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care of yourselves. This is Viper, only positivity, and I'll see you next time. Later, Gators.